Good evening, I'm Ernest Brown, and this is Impact News TV. Tragedy struck in South Korea on Sunday as Jeju Air Flight 216 crashed during landing at Muon International Airport, leaving 179 people dead and only 2 survivors. The Boeing 737-800 was returning from Bangkok, Thailand, when it veered off the runway and collided with a fence shortly after 9 a.m. local time. The ill-fated flight carried 181 individuals, including 175 passengers and 6 crew members. According to authorities, the crash occurred approximately 288 kilometers southwest of Seoul. Both survivors, identified as crew members, are currently receiving medical care, with one flight attendant reported to be awake and communicative in intensive care. Initial investigations suggest that a bird strike may have played a critical role in the disaster. Local media outlet Yonhap News reported that the airport control tower issued a bird strike warning just 1 minute before the aircraft declared a mayday. Experts believe the strike could have damaged the hydraulic system responsible for deploying the plane's landing gear. Kim Kyu-wong, director of Hanseo University's Flight Education Center, explained, "If birds fly into the engine, it can damage the engine and affect the hydraulic system connected to it. The hydraulic system raises and lowers the landing gear during takeoff and landing, and that part may have been damaged. However, other experts are cautioning against drawing quick conclusions." Kim In-gyu, director of the Korea Aerospace University Flight Education Center, noted, "It's very unusual for all 3 landing gears to fail to deploy. We also need to examine whether the aircraft had any pre-existing defects." Footage from the crash shows the plane skidding across the tarmac without its landing gear deployed, ultimately ramming into a wall and exploding on impact. Among the passengers, 173 were South Korean nationals, while 2 were from Thailand. No Australians were on board. As the investigation continues, world leaders have expressed their condolences. US President Joe Biden issued a statement saying he was deeply saddened by the tragedy, adding, "The United States stands ready to provide any necessary assistance. Our thoughts are with the victims and their families during this difficult time." Stay tuned to Impact News TV for updates as this story develops. For now, I'm Ernest Brown, bringing you the latest.